You need to start appreciating life more, bro. You need to start seeing the good in life, bro. You have to be mindful and appreciate life. Because the life you're living is probably someone's dream. The fact that you think you have a home, you have running water, and you're still not grateful, someone wish they had that. The fact that you have clothes to wear is something to be grateful about. Even the fact that you have your mom and dad is something to be grateful about. Well, maybe you don't have your dad, but at least you have your mom. Maybe the relationship you have with them is not the best. It doesn't mean you can mend things up. That's something you should be grateful about. Because if you turn to your right or you turn to your left, there is someone who doesn't have a mom. There is someone who doesn't have a dad. Neither to talk of a brother or auntie. Some people don't have anybody at all. But if they still live life and they are still grateful and they are always smiling, of course you should be grateful too. I'm not really the type of person who agrees with the statement that whatever you're going through, someone else is going through. No, I really don't agree with that. But all I want to say is, even if you're going through something, at least you are alive. The fact that you are alive, you should be grateful. Because being alive shows that God has more in store for you. Being alive shows that God is still giving you more chances to live. Being alive still shows that you are one day away from your dreams and goals. But you have to be grateful. If you are not appreciative of the life you have, there is no way you're going to have this mindset. There is no way your mind is going to take you there, because you're living in your past, because you're living in your future. How can you live in your past when your future is behind you? How can you live in your past when your past is behind you? How can you live in your future when your future is ahead of you? Live in your present moment. Do the things you have to do to propel you to your future. And the only time you have to go to your past is when you have to straighten things out. Or maybe you want something out of your past which will propel you to do better, which will give you the motivation you need to keep going. Because sometimes you have to look back and see if you're on track. Or sometimes you have to reflect, look back and see the things you did. Maybe you fell off, so you probably have to look back and be like, what did I do to actually get to this point? I'm falling off, or I fell off. What did I do? What kept me going? Those are the things you have to think about to be grateful and appreciative. You have to appreciate life, bro. Life is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. In as much as it is hard, it's still beautiful anyway. We have some funny people around us. You open TikTok, you open Instagram, you watch some funny bro, life is beautiful, bro. Forget what anybody has to say. It gets tough anyway, but it's still beautiful. You know, there's one guy who always comes around and life just gets better. Life just gets easier. And look at God too. God does some mysterious things in our life. Some miraculous things in our life to keep us going. Of course, you have to be grateful for life. You have water to drink. You have clothes to wear. Of course, you have to be grateful. Because there is someone who doesn't have clothes to wear. There is someone who is homeless. You have a roof on top of you. Some of you even have heater at home. Some don't even have heater or fan. See, in Ghana, we have something we call fan, standing fan. You have a ceiling fan. Someone has a standing fan. When the light cuts off, what will you say? Because in Ghana is in Africa, and in Ghana there are certain times that our electricity goes off. So when the electricity goes off like that, it means if you have a standing fan, it means you'll be in heat. And you know, in the tropics there is always heat. So if you have that opportunity to even have air conditioning, AC at home, bro, you should count yourself blessed, bro. Because from where I'm from, there are a lot of people going through it, but they are still smiling and they are still happy. That's why I don't take the little things for granted, because it really be the little things that you have to take seriously. Because if you don't take the little things seriously, when the big blessings come, how are you going to manage it? You probably just splurge it all, because even the little ones, you were not serious with it. So why will you take the big ones seriously? Of course not. But you have to come to the understanding that the more grateful you are, the more the easier life becomes. The more grateful you are, the more you see the positive part of life. The more grateful you are, the happier you get. The more grateful you are, the more inner peace you have. You don't have inner peace because you don't appreciate life. You don't have inner peace because you are not grateful for the things God is doing for you. You might say, well, God has not done anything for me. At least you're breathing, bro. At least you're not sick. At least you can walk. If you don't have a car, at least you can walk, bro. At least you have a car, bro. At least you have money to buy gas. Someone doesn't even have a car at all. How about that? You need to appreciate the little things in life. The friends you have. The parents you have in your life. Because when they leave, that's when you see their importance. You turn left, Gabriel doesn't have a father. You turn right, Jared doesn't have a father. But you have a father. And even if you don't have a father, at least you have a mother. Someone doesn't have both. Neither to talk of an auntie or a cousin. They don't have anybody. All they have is themselves. But they keep smiling anyway. They still keep going even when life gets tough. Appreciate life. Be grateful and thankful. We live every single day. Make the most out of it. How can you make the most out of it? By putting in work. By appreciating the life you have. By being grateful. By not doubting yourself. Keeping your faith in God and God alone. I know God through humans help us to propel us to be where we are meant to be too. But don't put all your hope and trust in man. Only person you should put your hope and trust in is the man above. He's the only one who can do exceedingly above all things that you can even think of. This is all your boy got to say, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.